TRX reverse fly is a great way to integrate some focus on that upper back, rear deltoids, really that posterior side of the upper body with the TRX. And I say with the TRX because just about everything you're doing with the TRX or any suspension trainer, it is going to be oftentimes somewhat limited by full body stability. So if you were just trying to isolate and overload the rear delts and reverse fly, might not be the greatest exercise, but if you're really trying to integrate everything together, get a little bit of an entire low-level posterior chain activation, then the reverse fly is going to be a great exercise. So as far as setup goes, for me, if you're using a suspension trainer, TRX specifically, I like to have the straps about halfway up. You guys will find, especially on the TRX straps, you've got little markers. So this may be dictated though, length of the straps by the length of someone's arms. So if you have them all the way in, you might find some of your individuals who have longer arms, they may not have enough space to really get that pull back of the hands, all right? But other than that, feet a little bit wider than hip width. Again, a slightly wider stance is gonna give us a little bit more stability, great place to start from. And from there, I also prefer, just because it helps to keep tension throughout the entire body, I personally prefer to keep toes up. You could keep the toes down. It's just gonna be a little easier from the stability. But with the toes up, it's a lot easier to lock those quads in and just get into a good, solid, straight position to begin. As with everything, further out is gonna be easier and further in is gonna be harder with the suspension straps. Now, first thing, just like normal reverse flies, I don't coach this with an entirely perfect straight arm. It's like there's a little baby bend in that elbow and you want that to stay. So as we go through the exercise, now the suspension straps, it may start straight and I'm pulling in and extending out, but I'm trying to make sure that most of that motion ends up happening at the shoulder joint. So I'm really targeting that upper back, the rear delts, and all the other muscles that are helping me go through that motion. All right, so from here with the straps, you may need, especially as you're at steeper angles, you may need a small pull in initially to get that leverage and then extend out. And one of the important pieces with the suspension trainer or TRX reverse fly is you want to be at an angle at the top. I still want to be under tension. All right, when I'm up the top here, you can see my body still slightly lean back, where if I were to let go of the straps, I would fall backwards, okay? So easy, common mistake if you're too far out, as you'll see, you get to the top and the straps go loose here. Now, obviously at that point in time, I'm not getting any force, I'm not getting any muscle tension having to pull those arms back. So we want to keep that shoulder, that, especially rear delts, under tension the entire time. And best way to do that is make sure those straps should be pulled tight the entire time. All right, I'm usually looking just to pull back in line, not a massive need to go further beyond, and hands end up coming right about in line, maybe a little bit below the shoulder. That way I can keep those shoulders down, slight bend in the elbow, pull those hands apart, nice and slow, right back up.